Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is my husband Ed, and our son Ben. Ben was diagnosed with Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD, when he was 4. Around his second birthday, I had started to wonder why he didn't notice when I called him, or look when I pointed out things to him. He wasn't interested in playing with other kids, but he did like to line up his toy trucks. A lot. That and spinning their wheels. I was concerned, so Ed and I took him to our pediatrician. That's when we were first told that Ben was on the autism spectrum. We were devastated. We really didn't know much about ASD, but soon were overwhelmed with the amount of information coming at us. I was confused and upset and uncertain. If you have a child with ASD, you know what I'm talking about. We quickly learned that it's very hard to paint a picture of how each child with ASD will grow and develop, or to know what things predict how well they'll do in the future. And that's what we were desperate to know. We would do anything to help Ben live a happy, healthy life. Around the time he was diagnosed, we heard about a new research project underway in several cities in Canada called the Pathways in ASD Study. We'd never taken part in research before, but we wanted to learn as much as we could about ASD. The research team explained that they were going to follow a large group of children with ASD from around the time of their diagnosis until they entered school. We were told that doing the study this way helps to track and better understand how the symptoms of ASD change over time and what things might affect children's development, for better or worse. This is the sort of thing we wanted to know, and taking part in the study might help others too. And I was proud to learn it was parents and other people whose lives are touched by ASD who came up with the idea for the study. The Pathways in ASD study has been set up in phases, with the first following Ben and over 400 other preschoolers from when they were diagnosed until they started school. Phase 2 then followed the same children, Ben included, from age 7 to 11. Every year, the Pathways in ASD team checked Ben's ASD symptoms and his daily living skills and behavior, and asked us how we're doing and our opinions about Ben's condition. Each time, they also asked about his treatment, his school, how we were doing as a family, what kind of services we were getting, and what community programs were available. The Pathways researchers reported what they've learned to us and to other researchers and clinicians. They said it's clear from their work that children all develop differently, and that no one should try to predict how a child with ASD will do in the future based on how they seem at diagnosis. For instance, children's ASD symptoms and their everyday skills change at different rates. We also learned that treatment should be based on each child's needs and changed as needed as they grow up. I'm happy to say our family just enrolled in Phase 3 of the Pathways in ASD study. We are curious to know what the researchers will find as the kids become teenagers and what sort of things might help them develop and become more independent as they get older. One thing I know for sure, ASD is not a life sentence to one way of being. It is ever-changing. With patience, understanding, and hard work, we can achieve some good outcomes for Ben. I believe the information coming from the Pathways study could help people understand what improves life for those with ASD and for their families.